Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, as clear as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb down the middle of the great street of the city. On each side of the river stood the tree of life, bearing 12 crops of fruit, yielding its fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree are for the healing of the nations. No longer will there be any curse. The throne of God and of the Lamb will be in the city, and his servants will serve him. They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads. There will be no more night. They will not need the light of a lamp or the light of the sun, for the Lord God will give them light, and they will reign forever and ever. The angel said to me, "These words are trustworthy and true." The Lord, the God who inspires the prophets, sent his angel to show his servants the things that must soon take place. Look, I am coming soon. Blessed is the one who keeps the words of the prophecy written in this scroll. The writer of the book of Revelation, the Apostle John, talks about the Garden of Eden restored in the new heavens and the new earth that the Lord creates after the events of the previous chapters of Revelation. Events that were so horrific, tumultuous, and wondrous that they shook the very fabric of time and space, with ripples and waves that were felt both in the physical world and in the spiritual world, ultimately changing the entirety of creation. He paints a picture both grand and comforting, a utopia made by the Lord himself. Oh, how wonderful it would be for those who know the Lord, who trust in Jesus, and who walk in righteous paths. But when will these things be? When will the Lord come? Are we in the end times? Are recent events in the world a sign that Jesus' coming is imminent? Let me read one of Jesus' parables that may shed some light on the subject. At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. The foolish ones took their lamps, but did not take any oil with them. The wise ones, however, took oil in jars along with their lamps. The bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight the cry rang out, "Here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Then all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, our lamps are going out." "No," they replied, "there may not be enough for both us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves." But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later, the others also came. "Lord, Lord," they said, "open the door for us." But he replied, "Truly I tell you, I do not know you. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour." Note that the 5 foolish virgins assumed that the bridegroom's coming was imminent, so much so that they failed to bring enough oil for their lamps to keep burning. There are many in the church who put off good stewardship of their resources and their lives, assuming that the Lord will come in their time and sweep them away from all the troubles of this world, believing each war and pestilence as a definite sign that Jesus is coming. But as history shows, there have been numerous globally changing events that are far worse than this generation has ever experienced. Those living in those times have more right and more reason to believe that the imminent coming of the Lord was in their time. But the Lord did not come. The Lord operates a different timetable to what we mere mortals are used to. 1,000 years is like a day to him, and a day is like 1,000 years. Many have assumed that they know the specific date and time that the Lord would come, despite Jesus himself saying that we do not know the day or the hour. Such assumptions are underlined with hubris. At best, it is a naive longing for God's coming. At worst, it is a devious attempt to lead people astray and portray true believers in a bad light. We should stay away from leaders who make such statements or gently correct those who would be inclined to believe them. Should we claim to know better than the one who created the very fabric of time and space? Nay, our task is not to assume the day or the hour of the Lord's coming. Our task is to ensure that we have enough oil to keep our lamps burning and expect that He would come when we least expect Him to.